Welcome! In this video tutorial today, we're talking about how to find articles and dissertations from ProQuest education journals. This is a great database for education research, and it can be found on the database list. If we go to the Maryville homepage, maryville.edu/library, and scroll down, we'll find these 4 boxes that go across the screen. We'll want to click all the way on the left box that says Databases. From here, we can search by title, or we can search just by the letter that the database starts with. I like to come up here to all subjects and limit to the subject matter I'm interested in. So I can click on education, and then they're just in alphabetical order. ProQuest education journals. So we can see here that there is a search bar in the middle of the screen. You can type your keywords in and press search. I like to go directly to the advanced search because I believe it's a little easier to break your keywords out that way. Advanced search can be found right above the search bar. And all it does is give us more boxes to type in. So for my example today, I'm going to be doing teacher or educator and diversity. And I'm going to go ahead and press search. So from here, we can see at the top that there's over 130,000 results. And then in the middle of the screen, this is where the search results pop up. So every time one of our keywords is searched, it'll show up highlighted, so I can very easily tell if something's going to mention the keywords I needed to mention. So what's different about ProQuest education journals than maybe ERIC or Education Full Text is that it does show us an image of what the journal actually looks like instead of just a little icon of a journal. So we can actually see the covers of the journal. We can see mixed in that there are dissertations and theses. So if you are looking for other dissertations, this is an absolutely great place to search. And as of right now, we're not limiting in any way other than by keyword. So this is a good opportunity to just kind of see your search as a whole, look at what has come up, and see if there's anything in here that is super helpful or if there's anything we need to tweak. We can tweak our results by using the limiter column on the left-hand side, and it'll allow us to limit to full text or peer-reviewed or source type or even publication date. If you know that you're looking for an article within the last 5 years, you can go ahead and drag the publication date bar and then click update, and it'll automatically change the search results to fit in within the date range you've chosen. So the part I'm going to focus on today is the source type. So we know that we are looking at scholarly journals and books in dissertations and theses, magazines, trade journals, but I just want to focus in on one type of resource. So I'm going to click on dissertations and theses, and that will get rid of all of the scholarly journals, all of those books, and we can kind of see all of the dissertations here in one spot. So if I'm interested in one, I can go ahead and click on the title, and this will take me to the record for the item. So it gives me the title, it gives me the author, it gives me the credentials, where it was published, when it was published, all at the top. I can scroll down and I can see the full text PDF here in the window. And then over to the right, it gives me related items, which is very helpful. So if I found this article helpful, then the articles in the right column might be helpful as well. You can view the abstract. So the abstract is a great way to make sure that this article is really going to be helpful for us before we dive in. When you're working on dissertation level research, I personally believe it's good to just kind of collect as much as possible that you think might be helpful. And then as you're starting your process, you can kind of go through and pull the things that will actually be beneficial to you. But if you want to look at the abstracts to double check, you can always view that here. If we scroll down, we can see more details. So we can see the subjects. We can see that they're using the phrase multicultural education. So that can be really helpful to me. Like maybe I go back up to my keywords and I use multicultural education as a keyword now instead of teachers and diversity. So this gives me all the information I need to know about the person who created this dissertation. So I get their advisor, I can see the committee members, the school, the department, the location, the degree level, it was a PhD. So this can all be really helpful in trying to find dissertations that will be similar to the dissertation you're working on as examples, or to find other works. It can be really helpful to evaluate that information. You can also see the references. So on that last tab there, references, we can see all the references in the dissertation right here. So now let's say we actually do want this article. Well, what we'll want to do to get this dissertation is over here in the right column, I'll zoom in a little bit, we can actually just download the PDF. So since you found it in one of the library's databases, you do not have to purchase it. We do have access to it. You just have to download the PDF and you get the whole work right here. So let's go ahead and go back to our search. And from here, we're going to get rid of the dissertation and thesis source type limiter. And that brings us back to that main search we did at the very beginning of this video. So from here, I'm going to click scholarly journals now so we can see what that looks like. So now it has taken out all the dissertations, all the books, and has left us just with things published in scholarly journals. So I'm going to go ahead and click on one of the titles again, and it's going to look very similar. So here we have our full text, we have our abstract. Every time our keywords are mentioned, it's highlighted. And then I can just come up here to this top right corner and download the PDF. Also on this page, we can see on the right-hand side that there are related items. So if we found this particular article helpful, it's possible that there will be other helpful articles in this column here. So we can also search the indexing terms. So these are those subject headings that we talked about before. So if you're interested in adding some of those to your search, you can just press a couple of these buttons. So let's do language diversity, and we can press search. Now I'm looking at information that's just about language diversity. So it's a quick way to kind of change your search up, but then we can always go back if we need to. ProQuest Education Journals is an absolute great database to look at for your dissertation research. If you ever need any help, please don't hesitate to contact reference@maryville.edu, and a Maryville librarian will get back with you as quickly as possible. Also, feel free to utilize the 24/7 chat found on the library homepage for immediate assistance anytime, anywhere.